Shalom from Jerusalem. This is Uriel, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Ma'am, what do you think about Israel?
Well, it's my home. Even though I have lived in the United States for many, many years, and I see the United States as my adopted country, but this is really my home.
Now, as you know, Iran is posing a threat towards Israel. Do you consider that a real threat or not?
I consider it a very serious threat. I'm really scared. I'm a Holocaust survivor, so I take these kinds of threats very seriously.
So your family came out of the Holocaust?
Yes, I did myself. I was 3 years old.
In Hungary?
Greater Hungary, yes.
And did you lose family members during the Holocaust?
Yeah, grandparents. Miraculously, we survived. Different places, my parents and I survived. And we came to Israel in 48, end of 48, right after the state was born.
6 months right after?
We arrived. We tried to get here illegally, but we were caught, and so it was a little delayed, but we arrived here.
Were you at a concentration camp?
Yes.
Now, what do you think about the American administration? Have they done enough to stop Iran?
No, I don't think so. I'm really disappointed in terms of what they have done. I voted for Obama, but I am not sure that his foreign policy in general is to my liking. And in Israeli politics, I used to be much more to the left than I am today. I kind of moved center.
But on the other hand, you want Israel to be safe.
That's the first and foremost thing. I have children and grandchildren living here.
You know, the Grand Ayatollah al-Khamenei with Ahmadinejad has basically denied the Holocaust, and you yourself are a survivor of the Holocaust. How can people deny the history of the world?
Well, people can do anything they want to, especially when they are these ayatollahs. I don't think that the denial of the Holocaust is the main thing. The main thing is that they have the audacity to say that Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth. I don't think there is any other country in the world that a fellow country or leaders of a fellow country would make this kind of statement about. Only about the Jewish country. And nobody says boo.
You know, you mentioned your grandparents, and I recently discovered that I was a Marrano Jew from Spain, forced to convert to Catholicism, my ancestors were. And you mentioned your grandmother, and I think about my grandmother, that she never learned the secrets that were behind her name, that she was a Jew. And as you told me that you lost your grandparents during the Holocaust, it just kind of lit in my nefesh that I am the light to my grandmother, because I discovered that we were Jews, and that makes me makes my nefesh, my soul, like kind of light up to tell the world that this is our country, and as long as I'm alive, I will not negotiate an inch to any so-called Palestinian Authority or any so-called Islamic extremist who wants to wipe us off the map. So I want to thank you for being honest on being a survivor of the Holocaust and losing your grandparents. I know, to me, my grandmother was like my world. To me, my grandmother was like, she was like a rock. I mean, she stood for what was right, and she helped a lot of people, did a lot of tzedakah during her time, even though she didn't know she was Jewish, but she was doing the right thing.
She had the Jewish soul. She didn't identify.
Wow, it just brings tears to my eyes. If you had something to say to our audience that will listen to this, what would you say to them?
What I would say is to listen to these threats carefully and take it seriously. not make light of it. Because when Hitler made his announcements and had threats, many people did not take him seriously. So any threat should be taken with utmost seriousness. That's all.
This is a real LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Shalom.